Welcome to Outlander Media Network. I'm Kirby Lee Bailey. We're at Jeffersonville, Indiana, at the wrong side 812. Is that right? 812?
Yeah, wrong side 812.
I remember because it used to be called the Losers Lounge, so I always try to make sure I
Dude,
get it right.
it messes us up all the time.
And I'm with the band Next to Tip.
Yep.
Now, you showed me a little bit ago about the little R band. What was it said on there?
Oh yeah, it was pretty much how we came up with the name. The band, we didn't really know what to call ourselves, and we were just like, oh well, the last one didn't work, so fuck it, let's just call it Next Attempt. It's our next attempt. And then we said if we ever broke up, we could just call the other one Third Time's a Charm. Keep the
sounds like being divorces.
Yeah, man. Hey, so one day when we're older, we'll be on the Divorced Dads playlist on Spotify. You'll hear it. We're just prepping for the times, man.
What's your name?
I'm Daniel.
Daniel and the drummer. Huh? Noah and
Hunter. Yeah.
Okay, I'll make sure I got your names. There will be a quiz at the end.
Okay.
Great set. Drummer, man, you're blazing it up there.
Appreciate it.
I was quite impressed that your bassist is putting on the damn shows. I mean, y'all are very accomplished musicians. Y'all been playing with each other a while? I mean, y'all been playing together for a while.
Yeah, we, yeah.
Liberal.
Yeah, this current lineup has been together since 2018. So, because
7 years.
7 years. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it, but we went to the studio and recorded our LP Red Flags, and we've just kept the same lineup since. We've just been playing shows and kicking it.
Y'all gonna be touring? I mean, we were talking before the show. Y'all have played Blue Ridge twice, right?
Yeah. We were blessed to have that for sure.
That's the only festival y'all done, or?
Yeah, it's one of the. Yeah, I think we've done small. Yeah, we've done a couple small.
Skatopia.
Yeah, we did Skatopia too when that was still a thing, and but yeah, I would say that was the Pile Driver festival that we did that really kind of set us in motion on that. And then we've done local community festivals and art festivals and stuff like that.
So y'all did the Blue Ridge one. Y'all did the one that was right after COVID. Was that the one y'all did at Danville?
Yep, out in Danville. Yeah, that one was Duskmageddon. Yeah. And then you had the year after that we played, and you had the hill. That was
Fuck
the
that
dreaded hill.
That's what we called it.
Everybody
Fuck
knows
that
the
hill.
Dude.
Yep.
Dude, people have nightmares of that hill.
I mean, I would get so... Hell, sometimes I'd have to take a break walking up that fucking hill.
Dude, you gotta get calf surgery walking up that hill.
I mean, at the end of that day, I had to lay down just to take a shit. That's how tired I was walking up that damn hill. It was up, down. I was like, God, it seemed like the way our day was going that day, it seemed like the band we wanted to see was down here, and then the next band up there.
Dude, it was wild, the placement of bands. It really was. But hey, we were blessed. We were right next to the food court. Dude, it was gas. I could play the set, watch burials while eating some Chiefs fries,
It's hard to beat.
It is hard to beat. That was one hell of an experience.
Did y'all stay the whole weekend, or did y'all do one day and call it a day?
We decided to stay the whole weekend because there's just a lot of good bands that we wanted to watch. What was it? I remember in the first year, I'm a big Megadeth fan, so it actually got me to play guitar in the first place. And so I never actually got to see them live because every time they were in Louisville or in a surrounding city, So I definitely stayed for that Sunday show.
How did you get in there? Because I couldn't even get in that area.
I don't know.
They had it all.
It had a weird fence, and I couldn't get in there.
They had it all roped off, and dude, it was like cattle in a pen. When that rope came off, dude, we were just, honestly, I didn't even realize I was in it until it was too late. Broke my glasses. Tried to see the show, couldn't. Heard it though. I'm killer.
Well, which band did you like there at Danville?
Probably Megadeth.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, everybody liked Megadeth.
Well,
did you have somebody different?
I mean, honestly, I'm more 2010s metalcore, so I really liked Crown the Empire. They've always been a huge
See, we were talking about that earlier because I missed them because they said they were playing at this time, and I went down there and Fame on Fire was playing. I was like, wait a minute, this ain't Crowd the Empire.
Yeah.
I was really disappointed.
Yeah,
I didn't see
timing was interesting that year. You gotta
It was just interesting.
Well, you had bands canceling because of COVID.
Yeah.
Like I know there was 7 or 8 bands I know for a fact that had canceled out because of COVID.
Yeah.
And some bands just couldn't
Well, and they
make
wanted
the
us to
trip.
wear like masks on stage too, and like it was
Yeah,
it was
like,
a
right up until
while
we played.
right up until we played. Which I mean, hey, look, you gotta have guidelines, whatever. But it was just one of those things where I can understand like people being like, oh, dude, what the hell, like, like. Go up there like Kenny McCormick from South Park right before the set. Just like,
me and one of the artists were talking about it because the first time I ever saw it, but then I interviewed them down the road. It was Islander, and they only had 3 songs work out there. When we got out there, I was like, and by the time because on festivals, you ain't got your ducks in a row.
right.
You're on a timer and you're fucked. It's boom, it's over. You're just like, oh fuck. I guess I just have a big performance on this one.
That's when you pull out the acoustic.
We've seen it happen. I saw Dayseeker do an acoustic at Blue Ridge number 4. They had to whip out the acoustic because all their stuff overheated. It was on that stage way over to the other side where it was hotter than hell over there.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I know that one of the bands that I was really glad that I saw was Avatar, though.
Yeah, he'd never seen it.
Dude, I had never seen Avatar, and I was just like,
Was it up on a hill?
Dan was like, oh, I'm gonna f your world up.
They used to put on a really good show.
They always do. That was my first time seeing Avatar, and I've seen them ever since I saw that first time. I've seen them a whole bunch of times since then. I mean, I think I've seen them 4, maybe 5 times.
Oh, yeah.
Well, 4 times after that. But yeah, I made sure to go see them. I mean, I've had a lot of great memories with Blue Ridge.
Yeah.
It was fun to do. Dangerous.
Dangerous.
But, love you, Jonathan Sly, Todd Stone. Love both of y'all. Great promoter fun. They always had an awesome lineup. And one thing I loved about them is they always gave newer bands like you guys a chance.
No, yeah, 100%. And it was really nice to get asked to come back the second year because we had such a great time. I know that there were like issues with the festival. There's always going to be, a lot going on. But like from our interaction with it, we had a great time. I'm just glad to come back.
I mean, I would never want to run a festival because everybody I've ever talked to, they sit there and say, one guy told me he used to have this hip hop festival, Scratch Fest, over in Cincinnati. He said, I ran it for 13 years. And we even had Eminem at it one time. And he was like, the most I ever made was like $500. I was like, and the worst part was, you got done with the festival and you starting all over as soon as that one ends. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, they're already talking about the next year, the moment that your band played. Like,
you're trying to get on the list.
Yeah.
Like, can I play here? That's why, one thing I love about the independent festivals compared to the Danny Wimmers is, like I said, the independent ones give more artists a chance. Like, there's Upheaval Festival right now. There's The Gathering. There's those festivals that have like a better chance for independent folks like you guys.
hey, Dan, write that down. Like, yo, put this in my notes real quick.
I mean, and like I said, when I was at Blue Ridge, my favorite band that I saw before that weekend was Fever 333.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers are crazy. I mean, they're hanging from the rafters out there on the. I was like, man, you guys are asking for it. But you gotta give them bad love for doing something like that.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Oh, who was it? Who is it? What's Ice-T's band? Is it Ice-T?
Body Count.
Body
yeah.
Count. Dude, I saw Body Count and I was just like, dude, why is this so fucking awesome? Like, their show was wild. Their show was wild. And then he got his daughter on stage, and I think his daughter called us a poser. I was like, you know what? If anybody's going to call me a poser, it's definitely her. Like,
Well, like the next year when I went to Blue Ridge, I was up there watching Jack Black's band play.
Yeah.
And I thought they were all right. And I went over and switched to Starset, and I was like, what? Yeah, I mean, y'all were at the next. No, were y'all at the next year, or did y'all?
we did the 2 years back to back. So the
Fun to Hill.
Yeah.
Starset played that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was all the way back there in the corner.
Yeah, because wasn't like Pennywise going on like right before? think it was Pennywise that was going on like right before Tenacious. I could be wrong.
Tenacious, I think that might have been it.
I could be wrong.
I mean, there's so many bands that played that
Yeah,
day.
no
And like I said, and that was one thing cool about Blue Ridge. Like, you could see a Megadeth, a Pop Evil.
Oh yeah, Gojira.
You could even see Suicidal Tendencies. You
Yeah.
know, you could see any of those type of bands. They had a wide range, and then you saw your smaller bands, like you guys. You know,
Yeah.
and that was great. Well, you just had lung surgery. What was going on with that?
Long story short is that I got pneumonia, bronchitis, and mono. Literally same time. Like, dude.
Trifecta of disease.
So yeah, no, right? And so that put me out, and then the lung surgery was to make sure. So like after I got like all my testing, they were going to do to make sure like I don't have any more pneumonia and stuff. They noticed that I had a nodule in my right lung, and they said that it grew. And so, you know, obviously they want to always act like it's going to be worst case scenario, right? Which sucks on the mental, right? But hey, look, you got to take it day by day. And so they had lung surgery to verify that it wasn't cancerous or anything. Took out like, I think it was like 6 to 8 pieces, and then found out it was just a fungal infection that had kind of taken over after the pneumonia. So I'm being medicated for that right now. It's been like, I think 3 weeks since they did it, and so it's just been trying to do as much as I can. Like,
I mean, was this your first time performing since the
Yeah.
surgery? We did great.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm really glad about that, because like, you know, like you go from like just being like completely bedridden, not being able to breathe. You like, you know, I couldn't sit up because the mono would push my stuff up because it's inflamed, and then when I laid down, it felt like I was drowning from pneumonia. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, pneumonia, dude. And so, and then going from that, and then having the pieces taken out and come out, and love my surgeon. Hey, they were great.
Yeah, you're
killed
standing
that
there
shit.
talking to them.
Yeah.
They were really good. It was a success.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, hey, can you fix my vocal pipe too? Like, I want to hit a couple higher notes, dog. You got to help a brother out. Like,
So what y'all's influence? Y'all kind of remind me a lot of like Sum 41 with a mix of Green Day. So it kind of reminds
it's
me.
really
of this
funny
thing.
because I listened to a lot of that when I was growing up.
Well, both of those bands, or
Yeah, I liked Blink personally with me, but Offspring. I love the fast-paced, like Adrenaline, like using like the Smash album from Offspring was a big like one, but dude, we pull from everything.
So I think we all have
Our own vibes.
vibes
Yeah.
for our instrument. We put it together.
like you're a real fast drummer. I mean, who was your drumming influence?
Like Gavin Harrison from Border Country, and then a drummer. I don't think he plays in a band. Thomas Lang, he's a super professional drummer. I like Deftones, a little bit more of the hip hop drumming than the metal. And then Vince Sevenfold was really big when I was younger.
Like I said, I love it. Like I said, your drums are good. And the bass, who's like your bassist influence? Geddy Lee?
Mine, I mean, honestly, so I was a guitarist first before I was in Exitons, and Hunter loves it. Like, no,
Hey.
really pulled me from playing guitar, but like one of my biggest influences, honestly, was like Bring Me the Horizons and Amalia. Like just like the guitar style, and that really still influences like even my bass playing. Just like kind of dancing around a little bit, but still staying like kind of close to like the blue notes. That obviously, like I said earlier, Crown Empire was really big for me.
So if y'all sing all these bands that y'all are mentioning, like they are great live.
Dude, they're
Oh, yeah.
amazing live.
Yeah, we saw them. We've seen them once. They're pretty great.
The band I want to see live, because like just speaking of like guitar and everything, is Muse. Dude, something about it, dude. I vibe with so many of their songs, and you wouldn't guess it when you hear us, but like watching them play the guitar and do everything that they do, it's just like that's a show that I feel like I really want to see.
Man, I tell you, we're like last year was one of my favorite shows. Last year, we're going to see them this Friday. It was Beartooth.
Yeah.
Y'all ever seen Beartooth?
Yeah, that's actually a really funny story about Beartooth. So no, it's nothing with Beartooth themselves, but they were just playing when this. I have a core memory with Noah and I, and we were a little fucked up at the Monster. Was it the Monster tent? We were during the Blue Ridge, and we were watching Beartooth because I was like really excited. I was like, let's go. And this dude like just comes up to me and is like, hey, did you all play yesterday?
It's because you were singing to the song. And he was
Yeah,
like,
I was singing to the song. He was like, you should be on stage. I was like, yeah, we just literally played. And he goes, oh, yo. And like, so we were talking to him, and he just goes, hey, I know I just met you, but I would be honored if you did blow with me and my wife in our camper. And I was just like, what? So every time I hear Beartooth, I think of Ignorance is Bliss and that.
Well, you never. The best was you meet all kinds.
Yeah, you meet all kinds.
I think I showed up, what, 15 minutes, 20 minutes after that had happened.
Dude, yeah, you
We
were like,
were sitting right there, and you were like even pointing them out. You were like, yo, that's what happened.
that's the guy. And he's like, we need to go. Like, dude, that's how you end up on like the local news. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the good thing about Blue Ridge was it went on. I was there, all 6 of them, and the good news was nobody was dead after all 6 of them.
Yeah. Hey.
That's how you always know a successful festival.
some dude did almost lose his leg at the knock-loose pit that first time.
Yeah, he broke his leg, I think.
Right out.
Popped right out, like right, honestly, yeah, because what was it? Jack was one of our old members, Jack, we brought him with us and everything, and he was like, dude, there's a bone! There's a bone chilling.
Well, I mean, Blue Ridge was my inspiration to start staying out of the mosh pits more. My second Blue Ridge, Motionless in White, was headlining that one. And I remember they carried somebody, they were coming out of the pit, and they carried a guy, his leg was perpendicular this way. I said, oh, Lord.
Dude,
Me and that guy, look at, we got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got real jobs. We can afford that.
Dude, that is wild. Yeah, there's some wild,
That was
some wild
crazy.
stories.
That was the day that that was the second time we had played that same day, and it was raining so much the whole day.
Yeah. I had to put on the non-slips, you know, like up on stage. Although I loved it, like we had a sound guy that really had no idea that we were there playing.
Oh, yeah,
Shout out to Tank.
Yeah, shout out to our boy Tank who manages one of the stages.
Oh,
Like,
we followed Tank. We were
Oh,
there.
yeah?
Tank was raising 5 sides of hell about that Blue Ridge number 6.
Yeah.
With the electric call boy.
dude, Tank
I
is
was at that one as a guest. That was wild because I was camping too.
yeah.
I was at that one too, and I.
Really?
Oh yeah. When I talk about Blue Ridge, I went to all 6 of them.
Yeah.
And each year was a new disaster, so it was like I said, I was telling him the problem with Blue Ridge was the first year they had it, there was about 3,000 people. The second year they had it, there was about 6,000 people. So it was a little jump. Third year, it was 25,000 people, and I remember Smile Empty Soul was playing on stage, and I could hear them perfectly well. Because I was still in my car trying to get on the fairgrounds out there. We could hear them play perfect. And I remember the guy, they were directing traffic, just go! Just go! There was cars going everywhere.
That's crazy you say Smile Empty Soul, because we actually got to open for them when they came through Louisville. So that's wild. That's like a memory you just unlocked right there.
Man, I am hitting on all cylinders tonight. What is wrong with me? I'm on a roll, baby. We're going to have a good Saturday this week at the Derby. I'll tell you that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, get a scratch off while you're here.
Like I say, I'll be at the Derby this Saturday, so I'm all excited about that anyway.
I'm not excited for the traffic. We live downtown, so like right next to Churchill. So it's like,
fuck.
oh yeah. Well, you know, that's why we have the dirt bikes, so we just hit the sidewalk. You know, don't let them know that. We'll take our plates off. Like,
I'll be on the cut part.
nah.
So are y'all going to be touring soon, or?
Hopefully. Right now, I know that. I would just say hopefully. Hopefully we can get some stuff set up. I know it takes about. We usually have to book like 6-8 months out, but hopefully we can get the ball rolling again. Especially now that like it seems like my recovery's better. Because that, dude, we had some, what was that one place that we played at, Indianapolis? What was the name of that venue?
Place right next to the bagel shop?
Nah. That was, oh my God. Now I'm just blanking, dude. Well, anyway, we had a colorful set of shows actually in September, but we were able to finish at the Cobra, like I was telling you, and that was a badass time. There, some of the local artists like Barry, she was sick. She killed that set. But yeah, hopefully we can get back on the road. I'd like to. That would be great.
Yeah, we had a band that we were impressed with that opened in front of Outlier. Her name's Brittany. What's the name of the band?
Majora.
We had them over at the house the other day for an interview because we were impressed with them so much, and they're going to open for Uncured.
Oh, okay.
In the basement. We can't be at the show, unfortunately. I was already at the show in Atlanta, which I wish I was going to be at the Nashville show. I've got the point where I'm over in Atlanta.
Hey, well, that'll be our secret. We'll keep that tight.
I mean, y'all played Atlanta, haven't you?
No,
Oh,
actually,
you've never played Atlanta?
So I will say, like, when it comes to like playing shows, we mainly stuck with like Chicago. Since we played in, we've done like a house show or two in Cincy, Indianapolis. We played a couple places, Louisville, and then random spots like what was it? We played in Milwaukee, kind of like just Midwest area. And I think before you joined the band, we did like St. Louis and stuff like that, but we've never, it's only been like weekend runs,
I haven't been to St. Louis for a while. It's one of my favorite venues is in that area.
Really?
Oh yeah, Pops. Over in Sargay.
Okay.
I love Pops.
Hell yeah.
That's a fun one. I tell you, Cincinnati, we just had that one to the list recently, and I love Scuzzington, Madison Theater.
Okay.
I call it Scuzzington. I mean, but then somebody told me what they call Cincinnati. They had a name for Cincinnati too. I can't remember what it was. It's Covington too. It is.
Okay.
It's Madison Theater.
Odd Bodies was still pretty cool in Ohio.
Odd Bodies was dope in Ohio. That's
That was a
Dayton.
great show. I think it
Is
was
that Dayton?
close to Dayton.
Close
If
to
not, like, kind of on the outskirts.
Or no. Yeah, Odd Bodies. And then where else did we play? It was recently. We played there. It was in Dayton. It was on their 5th Street strip.
That was nice though.
It really was. I cannot.
Dude, I need these memories
It'll
to
come
come
back to me in
back.
like 10 minutes.
I got some timers, so I kind of get it.
Sometimes.
That's what happens when you get to be my age.
Dude, I felt like I had that on stage when we were playing that last song. I was like, my brain was like dial-up sounds on that. I was just
Who are these guys y'all are dedicating these songs? Or you dedicating some guy that fucked you over?
oh, my friend Chris. Yeah, so what was it? My friend Chris. It was like so the story is that so there was a girl and yeah, I'll tell the real story because there's like a stage story and then there's the real story. So we have a friend of ours and he told me he was like really depressed one night. He said, "Hey, look, I wrote some like words down. I would love for you to like make a song out of it." He goes, you can butcher everything. He says, but just keep it. And he said the reason why he wrote this song is because his girlfriend, he caught him cheating with his friend, and his friend's Chris. And so he said, all I ask is that, he goes, whatever you do, just call it my friend Chris if that. And so, we wrote it. But they never knew that he knew. And they follow us as the band. So they did like the band. And so they went to a show and they heard the song. And I don't know if I heard they liked it. But that's what that song's about. It's just like, finding out that the person that, the two people you're supposed to trust literally go behind your back, screw you over, and then nobody tells you because of the fact that they don't want to like hurt your feelings. It's like, dude, rip the Band-Aid off. So like, don't lead people on about that shit. Like, that's kind of like where we're at with that, and that's why we're still playing. It's a really fun song.
I thought for a minute, like, there was a movie called, I think it was Euro Trip.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Scotty doesn't know.
Yeah,
the name of the
Scotty
song.
doesn't know.
That's the first thing I thought of when y'all played.
Yeah, and what was it? Freaking, dude, I fucking love that movie. Because isn't that with Seth Green where he has, like, he's the Amish guy working on the cars? I think he's like, oh, yeah, no, yeah. Why would I know anything about the 382? Like,
I just know they were, they were singing Morning Train on the bus, fighting with each other, the rugby players, and they're I take the morning. They're throwing beer bottles, hitting me, bashing each other in the head.
yeah, there was a lot. Yeah, You're Wrong, I'm Drunk is one of my favorite ones too. That song is literally just me asking, it's like, hey, are you going through some shit? Yeah, I'm going through some shit. And then you find out you're talking to yourself in the mirror, and you're like, maybe I should cut back.
I was like, I told her, my significant other, I was like, if I cheat, don't worry, it was just an accident. I think she just told me to go fuck myself.
Fuck someone else, fuck yourself. Hey, there's gonna be that
song. It was just an accident.
Yeah, it was just. I opened up the car door and my dick slipped in. I don't know what happened. Like,
we walked into each other and our clothes fell off.
God.
Well, guys, we're going to wrap this up because we got to get ready to head back to Nashville, Tennessee, of course. And I'm having a senior moment. What was the name of the band again?
Next Attempt.
Next Attempt, because I remember Austin, Noel, Barry.
Dog, that's hilarious.
That's crazy because Barry is my best friend's name. What's up, Barry?
Yeah, shout out to Barry.
The roadie we wish we could have had.
Yeah.
Anyway, my name's Daniel.
Hunter. And you got Noah.
I had Hunter, right?
I thought you said Austin.
That's what you said.
Okay, all right.
Oh, man.
If you didn't say Austin, I was like, guess I'm having that post-surgery stroke.
The anesthesia.
Anesthesia wore off. Welcome to
I
reality.
just a little wore out. That concert really wore me
To
out.
be fair, though, that was crazy. Everybody, dude, I'm honestly shocked that I didn't see drugs going around as much because the energy there was absolutely crazy.
I was up on the stage at one time.
Yeah.
I was like, geez, I'm getting too old for this.
It was fun though.
Yeah, it was definitely.
It was nice to play again. It's been a little while for us.
Yeah,
Like I said, the last time I was here, I had a blast at this venue. I mean, I don't know, everybody brings their A game to this venue. I don't know what it is about this venue.
I think it's just because you don't stress out because it's a very chill spot. So what is it? Every time that we play here, we just have a really great time.
Yeah.
We're not stressed out about the sound guy or anything like that. We know all the people here, so it's like, we come in and we just play. We have a good time.
Well, last time, because they said, I was watching, they had the drums back here and then the drums here. I'm like, somebody put their shit in the wrong spots? Because last time I was here, we were back there. And I was like, man, it looks like I'm falling to the floor over here.
To be fair, the stage that they had us on is bouncy, so every now and then I think I'm about to break my teeth. Isn't that fine? Just take it does take it down a couple.
Yeah, I took me out on this stage right here because that front part is not level to the next part. I found that out real quick.
You're
I
fine.
turned my ankle on that.
Where the sweet spots are.
Hell yeah. Oh man, but yeah, thanks for listening to
We
us.
appreciate it, and we are going to be out of here. Catch y'all later.